Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Couch Podcast, top 500 fantasy football podcast. We've got a great show for you. I've got a surprise for you, Drew.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be awesome.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to this.
Yes. So we're talking about Thursday night football. We're talking about tweets by Fab about Dak. Talking about Washington football team, mid-season fantasy football awards, answering all your fantasy football questions live right here. And let's start off with the Thursday night football game that we just witnessed. Packers going against Cardinals. This was quite a surprising game, to be quite frank. And really quick, shout out to our sponsor, Monkey Knife Fight. Thank you so much for keeping the dream alive, MKF. Shout out.
Nice shirt. I like that.
Hey, this sponsor, they actually watch the show. They're always
legit.
They're always mad about the Niners, and my contact is a Niners fan, and he's always texting me about it, and he loves our content. So that's also a big plus that he checks out our content and loves. He's actually a genuine fan. So let me just start off with what happened, the surprise. So scroll down really quick. Here's a little meme for you. And here's Aaron Rodgers after that hit. And the caption is, when you get a perfect lineup on DK. So this is the story of my life. Okay, Drew. So I entered 4 paid contests. It's called the Showdown. That means it's just one game. And because there's a lot of ties, you basically pick a captain and they get 1.5x the points. So that makes it like, oh, okay, now you can do a ton of different combinations there. Because
a little extra bonus for them.
Yeah, and it's not the exact, because everyone would enter the exact same lineup, but once you have a captain, that makes it like a total different
that extra variable
variety. Yeah. So now you can have infinite more amount of lineups. I entered 4 paid lineups, $0. I lost all 4. I entered 2 like totally, the fluky like free contests, where it's like you have like no chance of winning. Basically,
it's like a pop up on the screen and you click on it, and
you got like no chance. But I tell everyone, I told the disc, I'm like, dude, always take your shots, always enter, because you never know. It's also just a click too, because you can just submit your lineup. Or just switch out one player. Just go quick. Just enter. I always do the free. I do this for a living, and
you can't win if you don't play.
I always enter the free stuff, and that's the thing with on a site like DK or anywhere else, or even if I'm on Monkey Knife Fight. Remember one week I was feeling frisky. I did 8 of them. Sometimes I just switch out the running back with the wide receiver. Boom, and enter 3 touchdown dances in one game. On the free contest tonight, just right now, perfect lineup. So
no way,
perfect lineup. And I had the other one.
Let's see this, guys.
This one has Zach Ertz. So literally, this contest, second place wins $0.
Wow,
first place
wins
awesome. 5,000, and. So I had another one in the other free contest, same identical lineup with Robert Tonyan. So I was like, oh man, he just got hurt. So that one was perfect. And then so this one, perfect lineup. I had to split it with a bunch of people. It's all good. So I cashed in $303. The other one won 23, something like that, 25. So I cashed in $303. Off free lineups.
That's amazing.
You always got to take your shots. And, this is just great life advice. And, especially in fantasy, I do. I love crypto. I love, Top Shot. I love fantasy football. I mean, these things are all related. Like I don't play poker. You used to play a lot of poker.
Oh, yeah.
So this is all the same crowd, same demographic, same mindset. You got to take your shots.
And the return on investment on this one, bad. Oh man, that's bad.
And I tell people, I feel like they won't believe me, but I've been a loser. I was at the bottom, man. I was like, there was no hope, but I never gave up. And it's just the law of averages, because I've taken so many L's. I've taken tiny L's, big L's that would knock almost everyone down and out. I've taken Fantasy Couch right now. I'm on Fantasy Couch right now. First 7 years, failure. Still kept at it. No one did.
Yeah, you did.
So just law of averages, right? If you flip a coin, right, and it lands on tails for 800,000 times, you're bound to get heads at some point. And I've been getting heads for quite a few years now. And here's another one. I'm pumped, more so because of the perfect lineup. Yes, if this was a real contest, we'd be looking at $5,000, $25,000. I don't know. Could be more because it could be a huge number, but I know it would be tied because it's nothing special here, right? Malik Taylor didn't go off.
No
not
contrarian.
Even Amari. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Not even Amari Rogers. Equinemius St. Brown. So I had Malik Taylor as a contrarian. Amari Rogers wasn't picked that often. A lot of Cobb.
Yeah.
Well, he scored.
He was the go-to in the red zone.
He did score. Oh, he scored 2. I don't even.
He had the first.
He scored 2.
He had the first touchdown. It was like a 1 yard, 2 yard touchdown. His second one, he had like 3 catches for 4 yards at one point.
It says he had 3 catches, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones this is a perfect lineup. It's pretty nuts, huh? Like it's
amazing.
It's close to a 1 in a million chance that you win. This is the all or nothing free contest. Like it's insane. Like I don't know. I'm just speechless. Like this is the type of stuff that you just go for, man. And you know, like what's the mentality? Like I get it if you don't play on DraftKings at all. Like that's fine. Like I get that. Everyone's busy. Like I'm busy, very busy as well. Everyone's got a life. Everyone's busy. Everyone's doing stuff. But it's like if you're already playing on a site, like you might as well enter the free stuff, or you might as well, look at the promotions and stuff. And you got to take your shots. So usually I've entered these a lot. And honestly, I've win about 2 times per year, which is a terrible rate. And usually about $1, $2. Maybe once I won 3, so every year, basically I'm winning like $1.50 and then boom, $303
with the perfect lineup.
Perfect. Like maybe there's a better lineup out there, but you saw the game. I can't think of anyone else who
I don't think so. I was looking.
Nobody else did anything.
You had Connor and Edmonds. They were the 2 guys, who did well out of the Cardinals backfield, obviously.
Aaron Jones
Hoskins
obviously
wasn't playing the whole game. He injured.
Didn't do anything. Aaron Jones was the captain. Like it's Kyler Murray, nothing.
Jones would have had another touchdown at the end there, but he didn't get
it. Didn't matter. I get it or not. He's still the captain.
Still tie.
He's still the highest scoring fantasy player tonight. So it's still the captain.
Looks like Fishing says, I don't play on DraftKings. Should definitely start looking at it though.
DraftKings is scary. That's why. See, we're sponsored by Monkey Knife Fight, and as you can see, I do like DraftKings. I do play on there a lot, but you have to be very careful. Hit me up in the Discord. I'll show you what it is. You got to be super careful for these sharks. Okay, you're going against. I'm really good at this stuff. There's players that put me to shame because they don't have time to do podcasts like me. They don't have time to post cool memes. They don't have time to run a YouTube and an Instagram and a business. They literally do this full time. They even have 1 to 3 employees. They even have their own algorithms, and they even have their own spreadsheets and multi-entry tools. So you got to watch out for the sharks. If you avoid the sharks, enter the right contest, know your goal, and know how to enter the specific contest. Cash game, you want to increase your floor, right? These games, you want to increase your risk, your upside. If you know that, you'll be okay. But if you go in there blind, you 90% chance you're going to die. It's going to be really bad. Like you seen a shark bite, you're going to get bitten by a huge shark when you jump in the water. That's DraftKings though. That's how it is. That's why there's big money involved. It's not like the commercial. Sorry.
It's like going to Vegas and playing on those big poker tables. I mean, there's a lot of sharks out there. You'll get eaten whole.
No limit and real
big
deal.
Time.
Yeah. So you guys are used to playing poker with your buddies. That's your normal leagues. That's poker with your buddies on Saturdays. Yeah. This is big time. This is World Series of Poker. This is big leagues. There's professional players on here. Like I'm saying, you're going up against me and I'm nothing. right? Like I'm not even a shark. I'm just a dude trying to get by in the ocean. I'm like an oyster, so I don't even know what I am. I'm just I'm like that crab in the meme with the knife. I don't know what I'm definitely not a shark. I'm a good DFS player. I come out in the green, and that's it. But I'm just excited. But yeah, hit me up. I'll let you know, especially fishing. Like he's tuned in all the time. So just hit me up you're on the Discord. Hit me up on Discord. We'll go through it. I'll probably do what I'm probably going to. I used to do coaching and webinars. And now that, I just have such a good fan base, I don't have to charge and stuff. So I might do like some cool thing. Like I'll be like, hey, like sign up for this. And I might do like a coaching session if you guys want.
Yeah, you should. You definitely should.
Yeah, I used to do one-on-one coaching and charge and webinars. I really don't have to. So I could do like do this or do that and, join the coaching thing or Patreon. Might do it for Patreon. That'd be sick. Be like, hey, get the Patreon, even if it's just for 1 month. And then I'm going to reveal all my DFS secrets. Look at Sergio's comment. Sergio disagrees with me.
I was going to go back and say, I think Cobb had 2 catches. They were both 2 yards.
It's on the freaking thing, bro.
He ended with 3.
It's on the thing. You're looking at it's on the dot.
No. I'm just talking about the 2 catches he had for a touchdown. Those were 2 2-yard catches, is what I wanted to correct.
Oh, they were like goal line catch. I only remember one. I don't know why. I guess
the second one was a slant where they went out and covered the flat too hard. And then the first one I actually don't remember.
So I don't know that. I remember he ran it out. He ran it out.
I think you're right. The first one
coverage,
he did, yeah.
He caught that. I don't even remember the other one.
The second one was a slant. I think they covered Degara, I think his name is, the backup tight end. He was in the flat. They doubled him. Anyways, I just wanted to correct myself. There was 2 2-yard catches, I believe it was, for
touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a 11-yard play, I assume.
Exactly. So he only ended with 15 yards total, but he had 2 touchdowns. So that's
if you started Cobb, it was looking so bad. And then boom. 16 and a half, you'll take that any day. And if you're a non-PPR, actually, that's even better because it's 2 touchdowns, non-PPR. That's going to be hard to beat with any wide receiver. You're going up. I mean, dude, I think the Packers defense was a joke, and I was totally wrong. I mean, this group is playing. I don't know. I don't know. I apparently I don't know these defensive players well enough because these guys are playing decent. I mean, they're injured. I was like, oh, Jair Alexander's injured. Zadarius Smith, you're one of my favorite defensive players, is injured. I'm like, they're done. I mean, this defense is a joke, and all they're doing is winning.
Well, it just goes to show. I mean, they coach guys up, and they have decent depth in the NFL where these guys can step up and fill the role. It may not be that they're star players during that time, but they're making plays. I mean, Rasul Butler made the interception at the very end there, that pass to AJ Green that he didn't even know was on the way. You remember that? That was at the very end. You might have already jumped on the stream, but they picked.
Oh, no. I mean, that could have changed. That could have made me go into second place. I saw it. Yeah. I mean, because like what that's another thing when you enter these tournaments. If somebody farts the wrong way, like even one angle, boom, you drop $500. Like it's so insane. But that's how I won too. I was winning like 300, and then Justin Herbert farted the right direction. Boom, $6,000. Just like that. It's pretty nuts, but also you will get eaten up if you don't know what you're doing on this is a big boy site.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I do like Monkey Knife Fight. They both have pros and cons. In Monkey Knife Fight, they usually don't have the $1 million contest. Also, Monkey Knife Fight, you won't go there and die. DraftKings, they'll line you up and shoot you, man. It's brutal out there. Monkey Knife Fight, you put in a little $2, prop buy-in. You're good. You know what you're getting into. Like it's very, very, it's stupid simple. Is this player good or bad? Hopkins got face.
Yeah, I was just going to point out Moo's comment. He said Hopkins got face mask penalty, hurt Hopkins score. Ouch. Just because, are we worried about Hopkins next week? He's got more time to recover, but that hamstring,
low targets, hamstring, and I'm really identifying a theme here. We're starting to worry about older players and high usage players.
Kind of
C-Mac,
like
high
Julio Jones
usage,
here.
Julio Jones. Like I'm kind of surprised Keenan Allen's healthy. I mean, I'm really not trying to
Yeah,
say
he's
anything,
not
but
playing up to his level, but he may not be
yeah,
fully healthy.
he's healthy, but like I'm just saying every year he's injury prone. Like I'm seeing a trend here, like, and it's tough because then sometimes I go, I draft a bunch of rookies and they all suck. It's very difficult. Unfortunately I don't have Chase in any leagues. Fortunately, I do have Kyle Pitts in a couple leagues, absolutely dominating in those leagues. It's Najee Harris is good. It's tough, man. Injuries are a real thing. And I mean, let's talk real football here. If Hopkins just open palmed that, right, instead of grabbing,
reached his fingers in.
He clenched his fingers. So if he just open palmed, right, it would have been good. You got to open palm, which is just as good of a move because you're losing more strength. With this, you're not really, you're grabbing on. You're grabbing on like
pulling him with you,
like a roller coaster ride when you're scared and you grab on to your whatever your things. By the way, so I used to work at Six Flags.
I remember these stories.
I have a million stories. This one though, this girl told me like they got fired and she worked the rides and they would ride. So all these rides are the same every amusement park. So this is the wooden one, the wooden one in every one. It shakes a lot. It shakes and it's really, it's really noisy, but it vibrates like insane. They would ride that in the morning. So 7 a.m. right before 6 a.m. right before the guests came in, they'd push it. No seatbelt, no bar. Wait, standing up the whole time. And when she saw it the first time, she said, "You guys are stupid." And they build this thing right in the ghetto too. It's so funny. They build it right in the ghetto.
You can see it right off that freeway.
Because it's cheap. It's cheap real estate. So it's like they build it right in the ghetto. And I worked there. And she was like, "Man, I thought they were insane." And then she's like, I started doing, she's like, she's like, it's hella fun. She's like, it's the most fun. I was like, you're nuts. I was like, I don't care how fun it is. I mean, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I get it. Like, I can see how you wouldn't fall because they would do it every morning. This was their routine. And then they got caught by their boss. You're fired.
Right? Oh my goodness.
That's not like
in today's world, someone's getting sued or
they would I mean, they're employees, so you probably sign that if you work in rides. They're not going to be like,
I guess you're right.
If you jump out on the railroad tracks,
I'm just feeling like someone's going to get caught on a video.
No, if the ride operator let the guests do it, that's a lawsuit. But no, there's no lawsuit here because you probably signed that. Like you probably signed away your danger, like, like whatever, like, hey, something happens, you're responsible. But they would hands up, standing up, no bar, no seat. I don't think that one doesn't have a seatbelt too, because it's more of a safer roller coaster. It's not the crazy one. They don't go upside down. You guys know the wooden ones. And so standing up the whole time, hands up. I'm like, you guys are nuts. They would do that every day. Yeah, I got a million Six Flags stories, but I learned a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I knew I didn't want to have a real job, because I got so tainted by that job. Like, it was the craziest job ever. I seen some crazy stuff there. Like, it was a job times like a million, like it was insane. And I knew, like, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And that's why it's all tying together. That's why after taking 7 years of L's, when all the other fantasy brands stopped in 2 to 4 years, like the last one stopped in 4 years when we started back in 2008, 2009, nobody was insane to keep going after 4 years. We took L's for 7 years and I kept going. I was like, let me film a draft video. Let me film how-to videos. And it ended up working.
Yeah, the best-selling book. Here's a comment. I think someone knows exactly where that was.
How do you I'm from Vallejo? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I worked at Marine World, Vallejo, and Fairfield is, very similar. It's about 15 and a half miles away. Yeah, we used to call Fairfield Squarefield, and I would think it's like the most nerdiest, dumbest place. Little did I know it's pretty gay. It's almost on the same level of ghetto-ness as Vallejo,
Field
but you don't.
life.
Yeah. Oh, it's Mitchell.
We
Oh,
should have
oh,
known
I
with
should
the
have
name.
recognized the name. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. And you know, when you
What's up,
grow up
Mitch?
in a ghetto and you never really get out, you realize, you think that's normal. Like, you just have a different perspective, and you're like, oh yeah, when you get out, you're like, oh yeah, this place was super ghetto. Like, this place was nuts. A lot of people from Fairfield worked at Marine World, like made up for 15-20% of employees worked in came
It's not
from
a bad drive,
Fairfield.
I bet, to get down there.
Nah,
But
just you hop on the freeway for 10-15 minutes, and then Six Flags, we'll call it, is right off the freeway, right there. All right, well,
that
what a
was our
way.
Six Flags Marine
Yeah,
World story,
I mean, I
guys.
want to have fun. I don't care.
No, that was good.
People,
I think people
whatever.
would appreciate that kind of
It did
stuff.
tie back in because I used to work this game, ring toss. That was the word where you get hit by rings in the head. So when customers are literally throwing stuff and hitting you, dink, in the head, you get like, you realize that this is not for me. And then you get, the worst part even was, you pick up the reins and all the dirt gets in your nails. So you imagine after you pick up like 50,000 reins, how dirty they are. And then they hit you in the head and they cheat, whatever. So I knew I had to be an entrepreneur. Hey, made it work. All right, guys, let's do a little bit group participation here. Yes, I did come up with this list yesterday. It's already expired.
As
That's
Fishing
correct.
points out.
Yes, that's correct. Fishing Kyler probably should be right under Aaron Rodgers.
Kyler had something like 11 points tonight, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well,
in
I
your
mean,
leagues.
it's
But he
not.
had 2 interceptions, didn't have any touchdowns. I mean, that's kind of depressing.
He's also brittle. Like, this is no emotion when I say this. I don't get any excited, but like, I'm worried about him getting hurt. He's getting hurt every year. He's brittle. Like, it is what, like, he's brittle. Like,
I think that ankle got tweaked a little bit at the end, but he made a couple good throws that I thought, wow, that looks pretty good. And that last play he could have had, if AJ Green turns his head around, there's no way the DB makes that play without AJ Green just totally trying to block him. I don't know. I think Kyler still has it, but I think he's going to have to definitely put it together.
He's not
over the course of the
MVP
next
though.
few games.
Maybe
not MVP.
No one's saying he sucks.
No, but we're talking.
No,
in
he's
the
not.
conversation.
He's not top notch MVP caliber right now.
Not right now. Not right
anyway,
now.
This is my MVP list. I want from you guys again. I think we did this 4 weeks ago. All right.
Thank
so
you,
name your number one. I'm going to read my list, but you guys in the chat right now, name your number one MVP candidate who you want within the realm of reality, right? So don't name a tight end or anything stupid like that. So within the realm of reality, name your number one tight end that you think deserves to win it. And then if you want, give me one dark horse candidate. Now with this, you can get as freaky as you want. Tight end, defensive player, running back, offensive lineman. I don't care. Anything you want. Dark horse. So who's going to win MVP? Let me know in the chat. And who's your dark horse? This is my top 12 and a half MVP, NFL MVP 2021 race. Here we go. At number 13, I got Patrick Mahomes. He's off the list essentially because I got 12 guys on this graphic here. Patrick Mahomes is just, I mean, he had one bad game. I still think he can turn it around and be in the conversation, but at this point, he's way out. At number 12, I got Cooper Kupp, who is just freaking amazing. Like, defenses cannot stop this guy. And we love it when we see Cooper Kupp going against a great matchup or a bad defense. We're just like, well, we're going to have another 30-point game from him. Like, you can count it. Great floor, great ceiling, and
he's
in
got
real life
and
fantasy.
He's got a crazy stiff arm. And speaking about Hopkins' stiff arm earlier, he just puts those guys down.
He's a good run blocker too. So this guy's not coming off the field. Yeah, for a wide receiver, is one of the best. So this guy's not coming off the field. Number 11, we got Derek Carr. Huge shocker, but I mean, what is this guy's number 2 passing yards right now? Something? Can we confirm this, Drew? Number 2 leader in passing yards in the NFL, only behind the GOAT himself. Number
Yes,
10.
that is correct, by
That's
the way. So,
correct. Yeah, that's insane. Number
and
10.
it's only by 6 yards.
Number 10.
A 6-yard difference.
Oh, the GOAT is only 6 yards ahead of him?
2,275 yards for Tom Brady, and it's 2,269 yards for Mr. Derek Carr.
Wow.
Pretty darn close.
Joe Burrow at number 10, and Carr and Burrow could be way higher. So this is really hard to rank, guys. Joe Burrow at number 10. I mean, this Bengals team, I forced myself to stop calling them the Bungles. They're fun to watch. They're a good team. They throw the ball.
Fungles.
They have Pirine. They have Mixon. They got Burrow slinging it, and now, all the haters, right?
And Uzama or CJ Uzama.
CJ
Uzama,
bro,
sorry.
this is what I want to say.
He's running hard after the catch.
The draft, a lot of people thought they were stupid to draft Jamar Chase. Now, after I did some analysis, I was on the draft Chase train. So, thankfully I got that right. Because at first I wasn't. I was like, man, draft Penei Sewell, no brainer. And then I was like, look, man, O-line is the trickiest thing, right? Because you think, oh, look, their O-line's bad. Their O-line's good. Their O-line's bad. Like, it's not like a math thing, right? It's coaching, it's unit, the whole unit, 5 guys.
Like saying,
yeah, the weakest link. There's so much card, like no one talks about this because it doesn't exist. But oh my God, dude, do you know how many tweets I got about how the Cardinals O-line sucks and why I need to rank Kyler Murray lower his rookie year? Nobody talks about it anymore. But they didn't even change. Like, there wasn't new offensive linemen. They just got a different coach who didn't suck, Cliff Kingsbury, and they got a different quarterback that's not named Josh Rosen. And boom, it's different. Yeah. Even the Steelers, their O-line sucks, but boom, you draft a running back and you change up the play style, and it changes everything. And you get Jamar Chase, that definitely changes everything. And you got Burrow was already great, and now you got his best friend. Boom. They're just making magic over this. So we got Joe Burrow at 10. By the way, this is the 2021 NFL MVP race. We got Cooper Kupp at 12, Derek Carr at 11, Joe Burrow at 10. We'll keep going through this fast. Justin Herbert at 9, Derrick Henry at 8. Now, I could rank him higher. I think he definitely deserves this, but realistically, he's going to have to break every single season rushing record to win this MVP.
He got a touchdown passing last game. He's trying to diversify his
whatever that means. It's good. It's not a bad
for MVP.
But there's another award called Offensive Player of the Year. And be honest, I never really hear of this, but there is another award called Offensive Player of the Year. And there's everyone knows a Defensive Player of the Year, but there's also an Offensive Player of the Year. So MVP is a QB award, but Derrick Henry has a small chance in the brand new 18-week season format if he can break every rushing record, right? Most rushing touchdowns, most rushing yards. He's got a shot. I mean, this guy is an MVP. Imagine trying to tackle Derrick Henry.
Do you want to address this question now from Sushane about any defensive players in that, or should we save it? We could save it.
I don't know. Somebody else. I don't even do, and this is not going to happen. Right? That's even crazier than Derrick Henry. But go ahead and give me some. You guys
as a dark horse.
That's your dark horse. Yeah. If you can, I can't name one. I mean, not even one comes close for me. So maybe I'm missing guys. So you guys name it if there's a defensive player. Number 7, we got Lamar Jackson. Number 6, we got Aaron Rodgers, who's going to be moving up probably here. I think we're going to have to move him up. Number 5, Josh Allen. Number 4, Matthew Stafford. Number 3, Dak. Number 2, Kyler Murray. Number 1, Tom Brady. Let's go ahead and move Kyler Murray to number 6, and let's move Aaron Rodgers up. And I think this is done.
Yeah, I think Fishing's got a good comment. He says Brady will win MVP, and the dark horse he chose is Jamar Chase. I think we highlighted both pretty well. Tom Brady being the GOAT. There's not much more to say than that. And then Chase, we did talk about a lot there.
I just think no, just because Chase will lock the rookie of the year. and they won't give it to.
That's
Remember,
a fact.
guys, remember all award shows are rigged and BS. It's all a bunch of. It's like what? It's like watching an advert. It's like just watching an ad.
What
It's like
about the
watching
dark horse Trayvon
Yeah.
Diggs? If he would end the season with like 6 or 7 interceptions to the house, I'll look it up and see how many he has right now.
If he has better offensive stats than Allen Robinson at the end of the year,
That's a
more
meme
touchdowns, more receptions, more yards than Allen Robinson. Maybe.
We have a chance, guys. We have a chance for defensive players. Any other comments? Throw them in the chat. We want to see what you guys think.
Let's keep going. Let's go to the. We got the ad read here. It's not really even an ad read. It's just my monkey knife fight picks. We like to have fun. Look at that, stepping up the production here. Looking sexy
good
here
too. I checked it out earlier. It looks great.
It is what it is. Hey, each podcast just keeps getting better and better, baby.
So Trayvon Diggs only has 2 interceptions to the house, by the way, just so we clarify. But he does have a total. Yeah, he does have a total of 7 interceptions already in 6 games played. So
sounds better than Allen Robinson to me.
Sounds a little bit better. Can't argue with that. So let me get this squared up. Go ahead.
All right. So Monkey Knife Fight, as you guys already know, stupid, simple daily fantasy props website. It's very easy to play. Just be like, this player's good. This player's bad. This player's going to do well this week. This player's going to do bad this week. That's pretty much it. Super simple to play. And you're going to follow the link. You're going to go to Monkey Knife Fight. You're going to click new game. And this is my pick this week. Matter of fact, Drew, don't tell them, but we've been winning so much that they changed the lines on us.
Uh-oh.
So we've been dominating.
They're watching the show
so much.
They're watching the shows.
Well, we're just cashing out. Like they're just losing money. We've been dominating the touchdown dance so bad. Or so good. We've been winning so much that they changed the lines on us, but don't worry. So last week, total BS here. I can't believe we lost this one. I said more for Matthew Stafford. He crushed that. And then for can you believe this? For some reason, they couldn't stop DeAndre Swift's screen pass. Like this was this was like the monster play. Like this was it. No, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 0 targets.
Yep.
No one caught a ball. Yeah, Khalif Raymond, sure, 70 yards, 80 yards. But it was just all these big, like, what are you guys doing? Like, are you guys like so greedy? It's like the thing, the cartoon with the fishing pole and going after the carrot. Like they're like, oh, let's go after the Jared the Carrot Goff. And they're like, oh crap, DeAndre Swift's in the game. Like, what are you talking? Like, this is stupid. We lost this by 18 yards. I feel like this was a good pick. We lost. It is what it is. I mean, one DeAndre Swift screen less, and we would have hit. Like that's how
that one.
It is what it is. So here's my pick this week. So go to the link. It's in the description. You go to my link. You're gonna go to Monkey Knife Fight. You're gonna go to new game. And then for NFL, you're going to go to my favorite game, super high scoring. This one's going to be a fun game. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll change it. We have some other news. So we'll see about this game. We have some news in this game, but I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But
I like it so far, though.
This is the highlight game, right? This is the game. If you're an NFL fan, this is the game for Monkey Knife Fight. This is the game for standard leagues, for dynasty, for DFS, everything. This is the game for me. It's the Cowboys Vikings game. So we're doing the touchdown dance because they skewed the line on us. Shame on you, Monkey Knife Fight. They don't want us to win every week. Like we were just crushing it. And then so you pick 3 players to score touchdowns. That's all it is touchdown dance. We score 3 touchdowns and we dance. So this week we're choosing a higher goal. We usually choose the 1.5 goal. We're choosing the 2.5 goal, so we need 3 touchdowns. Top players to score touchdowns this week. Oops, I got it written here. So in short, my picks are Zeke, Dalvin Cook, and Jefferson. But do you guys want to hear the percentages of these guys scoring touchdowns? The top percentages for scoring touchdowns, other than obviously quarterbacks will score touchdowns. So here's the percentage chance each player in this game is going to score. a touchdown, essentially flex. Ezekiel Elliott has a 96% chance to score at least one touchdown.
That's
Dalvin Cook, 87% chance to score at least one touchdown.
Yeah, you'd think it's a little higher too.
I mean, it's a high. It's slated to be a high scoring game. It's projected over 40 points total. If you
he scored in his first
me,
game back, last game too.
Hey, come on, he's great. And then we have Justin Jefferson at 59%, CeeDee Lamb at 57%, Thielen 54%, Amari Cooper 48%, and Tony Pollard 28%. So I'm picking the top three guys I have. So again, go to new game, and under NFL, go to the Vikings Cowboys game. Touchdown dance, I'm going Zeke, Dalvin, and Jefferson.
Okay,
so all you got to do is follow the link below in the description. You can enter my picks or enter your own picks and use promo code COUCH. You're going to get free $5. So what I just entered for $5, you can do that for free. It's going to help support the couch. And you'll get 100% deposit match up to $100. Follow the link. Use promo code COUCH. Good luck on Monkey Knife Fight. And to be honest, it didn't even hit me that this news that we're about to, reveal here is for this game. So maybe this is a bad pick. We'll see. I'm going to give it a day. That's for sure. Let's give it till Friday afternoon. But, our favorite guy, right? Fabs. This is Fabs, right? Michael Fabiano made some weird tweet just now. I mean, this guy, he is a Hall of Fame fantasy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's Fabs.
And this is coming out of Vegas.
It's weird.
For the listeners.
This guy has 2,000 followers. Okay, so this is what Michael Fabiano just tweeted. This was 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. And it's all in quotes. According to the rumbles I'm hearing in Vegas, Dak Prescott will not be playing for the Cowboys this week. Frankie Fantasy on Fantasy Dirt, Sirius XM Fantasy. And I looked at this guy. He's got 2,000 followers. He seems to do, I don't know what he does, betting, DraftKings. I don't know.
Well, he's questionable with the calf. And if you look at his sleeper notes, it says he did practice in limited capacity today.
All I'm saying is don't read too much into this, but it could be true, right? So I'm at a 50-50 now. That's where my brain's at. Now, well, someone else calls BS too. So I'm not, first of all, I'm not going to talk. Let's not talk about Fabs. All I'm going to say is I'm at a 50-50. I don't know if this is true. Seems weird to say the least. I don't get this. It's very weird, bro. Very weird. Tweet.
Yeah, well, they had the injury at the very end of the game, guys. Just to recap, it was that touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb. He was like limping off the field. They had the bye week last week. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to actually have him sit out another week if it is.
Yes,
really
it would. Shut up! It would be terrible.
I got to play the other side every once in a while.
No, there's a chance this is right. That's it. There's a chance this is right. It's just a chance. That's it.
Yeah, it's a chance.
You don't believe it? You're not telling me this is
a chance.
This is not weird to you. This is not awkward.
No, it's a little weird. I mean, I have
it's
Dak
very
in a
weird
big league, and I just dropped Darnold during waivers because I wanted to pick up an extra, non-quarterback. So now I'm thinking I might need to actually pick up a quarterback. Maybe I'll even do it during the show. But no, it is a little concerning. I have Dak in the league that I really want to win this year, which is our main league. So yeah, I was high on him.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I don't quite buy this, but
as a Dak owner, though, you get a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying this is nothing. Otherwise, I'd say ignore this.
You brought it up for a reason. That's true.
Yeah, I'm saying it's something. I'm also saying it's very weird and suspicious. I don't know if this is right. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the whole Vegas part, I guess, is a little weird because obviously the game isn't against the Raiders. It's not like they're in Vegas right now. Like that would have to be
Vegas, like Frankie Fantasy is like Uncle Vito bookie. That's why.
Yeah, I get it, but maybe he's got some inside scoop and it affects lines, and that's a big deal when it comes to people's money.
All right. Yeah.
I'm just reading. I'm reading ways the lines
anymore. Yeah, you don't know
what you're talking about. It could
Okay,
be
yeah.
that this is a
Maybe
betting thing, and maybe
this
there's
guy
some kind
knows
of
everything.
behind the scenes.
He could just delete his Twitter and just make bets. That's great. Like he doesn't need to be on Twitter. He doesn't need to be on Sirius XM anymore.
I
Since
mean,
this
I
guy
just don't know why
knows.
he put the word Vegas in there if it didn't have something to do with that.
Because
Like,
Frankie Fantasy is like this Uncle Vito bookie guy. That's
I get
why.
it, but the context isn't there. Like, if anybody just randomly read this
Because it's
text, or
bookmakers and stuff. That's
I
like
get it,
that's
but there's other people that are seeing this too. Like we're showing it right now on the broadcast. It's just a
so
little weird because of the Vegas thing to me.
Babs
That
tweeted
makes me
it.
think. Makes me think some conspiracy kind of things behind the scenes with Vegas and money and betting and
What
lines and
conspiracy? It's either he's
like they
playing or
have guys on
not.
the inside of the locker room. They got guys on the inside of each locker room, probably the training staff, the coaching staff, who are telling these bookies in Vegas, "Hey, Dak's
All
probably not
right,
going to
but
play this week,
so
so
does
you should
Adam
probably."
Schefter. So
I'm
does
just
Adam.
saying these are
I
probably
know,
more important
but
direct
Adam
lines of
Schefter has
contact.
more. Okay, but why is this guy with two? Like he still doesn't need to be tweeting it. Like
Hey,
he
when
doesn't
money's
need
on
to
the
say
line,
it.
people act different. They act funny when money's on the line. So that's
Yeah,
my
but
point.
that's you probably want to keep this to yourself. I'm just saying if what if what you're saying is true, you would just do what you do, and you don't need to get 8 more followers on Twitter and
We're in this
say it on
generation of clout
Sirius.
chasers. We got clout chasers. We got everything out there trying to
That
grab
makes it more
attention.
suspicious. If this guy
It's
with
all
2,000,
suspicious.
if
That's the
this
point.
guy
I'm
with
adding fuel to
2,000
your
followers
suspicious conspiracy
wants more
activity.
clout, this is very suspicious. I don't know. It could be true though. It could be true.
If
He
it
is
is true,
questionable.
what do we think?
See, I don't know because the one league I have Dak, there's no one on waivers. I'm gonna have to start. I don't even
Not even
remember the
Jimmy
name.
G.
Jimmy G's there. That's not good. Jimmy
You could
G's
get Cooper
there.
Rush,
There
Mike
was one
White.
Cooper Rush.
That's the backup for Dak Prescott.
Oh no. That's why. See, that's why I think that
that's why the line will change a lot when Cooper
Dak
goes in. You don't even know his name.
Dak without a calf is better than Cooper Rush.
I agree.
You don't think so? Yeah, I mean it's
I
pretty.
agree.
But if it's
I
like
think
all
Dak
right,
in a wheelchair is probably better than Cooper Rush.
Oh man, that hip movement in a wheelchair. I don't know.
I think he could get some deep passes going there.
Well,
He's got his little gyration.
Let's move on. Fabs is saying that there's some rumbles that Dak might not play. We'll see if it's true. Let's move on.
All right.
Okay, so on the last live stream doing Hack My Lineup,
I wanted to see it live.
I went on a rant. Half the people loved it. Half the people instantly quit. It's fine. But I went on a rant about Washington football team, and I have a question for you guys. Are we drafting any Washington football players next year? Because this is the rant was how it was one of the most pissed off times I've ever been in fantasy. And I'm really not a crybaby or anything. I was actually winning. So last week was a good week. And it was another hot lineup in DFS. So I was this was my lineup, Drew. A little bit of Lamar Jackson, whole lot. The meat and potatoes was a lot of Mahomes, good amount of Derrick Henry. So everything is 0.
Yeah.
One little lineup. I mean, big high stakes. One high stakes lineup. Just one though. With Taylor Heineke, Terry McLaurin, Damian Harris, Cardinals defense, just in probably Cooper, like it's all fire emojis. Everyone except like one player, JD McKissick. Everyone has a fire emoji. Heineke has a fire emoji because he's cheap.
Yeah,
Heineke,
and he's above his expectation.
Yeah, he's only 1% owned in this contest because he's been playing poorly.
Yeah.
And it's just the most mad I've ever been. Just a series of plays was I'd say 1 in a billion, 1 in a trillion series of plays where he was scoring a touchdown and he gets scared and slides. And then the very next play, he fumbles, picks up the fumble and scores, but they don't count that either. And I'm just like, what am I watching? Like I have you don't get these lineups often, by the way. So I'm in the green, like I'm profiting because this one's a high stake. So I'm winning like $200, so I'm profiting $20 or $50. Like it's good for me. Like I'm net profit, I'm winning, but it's like, I could be winning 500, 1,500. Like it was so bad. I was so pissed. So what I decided to do was fix the Washington football team logo. So this is the original logo, as you're seeing. And on the live stream, I opened up Photoshop and I fixed it.
This is why I really wish I would have watched, because I need
Yeah,
to learn some more Photoshop
I fixed it. If
techniques
you
from
want to
you.
watch the replay on 2X, go ahead. It's a little nerd. It's the first time I've done a Photoshop video like that and live, and it turned out pretty good. Like I must say, I matched the
This is
color,
hilarious.
the poop color. You know, I turned it from the original, the OG brown poop color to a golden yellow Washington color. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the Washington poop ball team. And I don't know if I'm drafting any Washington players next year. I think I'm so done with this team. Like I'm so like Gibson really hurt my feelings. Like I don't
Oh, he
even
did.
I don't understand. Like I don't know. I'm sure I got some takes wrong where I liked the guy and he didn't perform well. Like I don't know. I tend to be at peace with everything. I feel like I can't put like why is Gibson sucking? Is
It
it the
doesn't look
three
like he's going to
injury?
get better.
Is it the three injury? But he's not playing that bad. Like when I
Well,
see him,
McKissick's getting a lot of reps, it seems, too. And
okay,
he should be
whatever,
catching more passes.
bro. Because that lineup I had McKissick. So we're
No, I get you. Just
we're
generally
literally
for
talking about.
Gibson's sake.
This is what I said. Well, if Gibson's not gonna do well, which a lot of people thought so, McKissick will because they'll play from behind. No, both have to poop. I don't even understand. Oh yeah, and then there was another play where he hit McLaurin in the chest. He had to dive, but he dropped it. Another touchdown, a stack touchdown. Stack touchdown is what wins you big money in tournaments. Because that touchdown would have been 14 fantasy points.
Double fire emoji.
Yeah, touchdown. I mean, they both were already fire emoji. They were already, but it would have been just another stacked touchdown. That's 14 fantasy points.
Well, they got to make a move for a quarterback eventually, and I think the plan was always to have like the rest of the team in place and then go get the quarterback. Is kind of what I heard for the most part this offseason.
But what's crazy is and I believed it too. I was like, hey, these guys got a good defense. People ranked this defense in fantasy anywhere from
number one
1
sometimes.
to 6.
Yeah.
1 to 6. I saw them everywhere. 1, 2, often 3. 1 to 6.
Yeah, that was about right.
But yeah, they were ranked 1 sometimes.
I saw a couple of rankings.
To 6. I had him at like 5, maybe. I don't remember. I'm not gonna. Maybe I had him at. I don't know. But let's say I have him at 5. 1 to 6. This defense was drafted as the first defense off the board on occasion in leagues. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
And I mean, there's nothing else. There's nothing else about this team that's good either. Like they don't have a great run game. They don't have anyone to throw to other than McLaurin. The curse is still alive. Logan Thomas is hurt again.
Ricky Seals-Jones looks like the brightest spot so far.
But I mean, he's not
last
balling,
few weeks.
But
no,
yeah,
but
I mean,
he's
startable
and step your game up and take over for.
But it's like, what do you do if unless you drafted Terry McLaurin, you drafted any other Washington player? It's not looking good. You drafted De'Ami Brown, Adam Humphries, Gibson. This is not looking good.
Mitchell says, no Washington and no Jets, even if the Jets have a starting running back with potential, not drafting any Jets with the Wilson at quarterback. He doesn't trust Washington at quarterback and the offense as a whole. Sushane had a comment. I'm still going to take a chance on the defense maybe. It looks bad now, but defenses come together as quick as offense does. I could see them doing better later in the season for sure, but they need to get their you-know-what together.
I don't know what Sushane's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. But
well, it doesn't seem like they're getting much pressure on the quarterback. They're not.
Defenses are more random. That's true. They change from year to year. That's really it. I don't see any. There's not really a trend. There's a reason why I stream defenses. It's because of this. And frankly, everyone listening here streams defenses, frankly. This year, I mean, what else choice do you have? What are you doing? Who'd you draft that was so special and you rolled with every week? There's no Legion of Boom. There's no fly zone. Everyone's streaming a defense. There's really no other choice. And that's why I've always streamed every year.
It looks to me like some of the better defenses nowadays are the teams that have a good offense that are keeping them off the field, like Tampa Bay, Buffalo Bills. I mean, these are two high-powered offenses.
Even
Keep their
Tampa Bay's
defenses
not
fresh.
that good though. Their pass defense isn't that great, but
Yeah, you're right. They haven't had
they've been disappointing as well. Not like Washington, for
no,
God's
but
sake.
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks have been pretty disappointing because the Bucks were in the number 1 ranked defense, actually. Like consensus.
So Shane wants to clarify. He says defense for next year because you had asked the question, "Are you going to draft?"
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And that's what you do. This is like boxing where you throw the punch before the target is there, and oftentimes, right? Like I just picked up the Titans D in our Empire League, and I'm like, man, I see a little something here, a little sliver of hope, and that's literally it. But on top of that, they do face the Texans and Jags twice a year. So, right.
There's that.
So, hey, if they improve, like if let's say the Titans defense is 20% better, and then they're playing those two teams, hey, that means that's a top streaming option for 4 weeks. It's at just those games, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, that means you could probably start them half the season because there's going to be great matchups. Cowboys, remember, I picked up the Cowboys defense in that league as well. One of the biggest jokes, and now all of a sudden the Cowboys D is really good. They're top 10. So
they're great.
In
terms of points this year because of the interceptions primarily.
In terms of everything, now they're a complete team. Bengals defense is average. They're good. I think they're good, bro. Just if they're healthy, I think the Bengals defense is good. Not great. I think they're good. I mean, they used to be a complete joke just a year ago. Like they were awful. Awful.
In our league right now, the draft party league, and that's pretty standard scoring, I believe, for defenses. Here's the ranking. You got Cardinals, Bills, Bucks, Colts, Cowboys. Saints are actually number 6.
Yeah, Saints.
Number 5. Sorry, they're tied, I guess, with the Cowboys. Or no, it's reverse. Sorry. Saints, then Cowboys. My apologies. For some reason, it's flip-flopped here. But that's a pretty good list of teams with high-powered offenses, minus the Colts maybe, and the Saints.
We'll do fantasy questions at the end. Let's go through the mid-season 2021 Fantasy Football Award Show. Thanks for the comments for helping me put this together. Guys, remember, all award shows are also rigged and BS, including this one. So don't you forget that. But it's fun when any discussion about this. We'll do it. So mid-season awards, we've reached the mid-season here. So first of all, we have Bust of the Year. Now, without naming the guy I got on here, because this guy he took the prize. There's no runner-up here. I mean, I really don't have any other bust because Stephon Diggs just had a decent game. There's just really not any huge bust that come to mind other than these guys, because even Antonio Gibson, let's say he turns it around a little bit, that's not that bad, and some injuries, Saquon, C-Mac, they've actually looked great when they played
right on the field.
So I'm not saying like complete bust and just because of injury. So I mean, is there any other guy besides the guy that won this award that you can think of as a runner-up that I missed?
I think I know who the guy is. I didn't actually remember off the top of my head. What about Kenny Golladay? But that's more of an injury thing too.
Yeah, and later, no, it's not.
He's a later pick, yeah. So he's not like a high value guy.
All right. Anyway, the bust of this mid-season. So far the bust of the year is none other than 3rd round pick Chicago Bears wide receiver Allen Robinson. I mean, this guy's ranked like wide receiver 60 right now. It's just god awful. I can't believe it. He's droppable in a 14-team league.
But not a 12-man, right? You think you should still hold on to him in a 12-man?
When he's droppable in 14, that means he's really droppable in a 12.
Oh, I see what you
14.
You're right.
Yes.
A deeper league. Sorry.
This guy's droppable in a deeper. This guy has the same amount of points as Brian Pringle. That's not on the computer. That's how bad it is. Yes, the 4th-string wide receiver on the Chiefs. That's how bad
Depending
it is.
on which game it is.
Yeah,
He's not that good, is my point.
I'm just making a point. Yeah, I don't know. You think I know what I'm talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think because of the value, you draft him in the 3rd round. This guy's just taking a nosedive value-wise. I got to agree with you. There's no bigger bust. I
did this whole podcast with 0 notes, by the way. That's pretty impressive. Because I was just on a roll, and I was like, dude, I didn't memorize this. I was like, I got to look at this. So far, 0 notes, just doing the podcast. That's crazy.
It's a freestyle, guys.
That's impressive.
They asked you to freestyle in some of those live streams. Here you go, guys.
Hey, but I'm winning the rap battle for sure.
Oh yeah, we can
Okay,
bring that up
so
later.
waiver wire gem. I think we really did good. There was a couple other guys that we liked. But some of these guys were sleepers. I told you to freaking draft them, so they're not waiver gems. Okay, Chuba Hubbard, not a waiver gem. Okay, what I do? We drafted him in every league. That's what Couch Fam does. It's not a waiver gem. It's not. We draft Chuba Hubbard. I told you guys, it's the best value handcuff you can get going in round 14. The workhorse. If anything happens to C-Mac, you got a workhorse. Anyway, waiver wire gem at runner up. Yeah, the waiver wire gem so far at runner up. We got Dalton Schultz. It's pretty good that you get a stud tight end off waivers, and this guy's a top 10 tight end every week. You can start him every week, and it's all good. Waiver wire gem is going to be Cordell Patterson, though. Not only is he a wide receiver, he's also a running back and an RB1. You start him every week. He's an RB1, and because he actually is like a hybrid and can do it all. He is a little bit matchup proof. Falcons are behind. Oh, don't worry. Patterson's catching the ball. Falcons aren't that far behind because they're always behind. He can run it because he's actually better than Mike Davis as a runner as well. Open field. Cordell Patterson, great special teams player. Like, he's a stud. He's huge. This guy is just the perfect fit for the Falcons. So yes, waiver wire gem so far this year. Runner up Dalton Schultz, and the winner of the waiver wire gem award is Cordell Patterson. You like the little icons in the inside the trophies?
The next one's actually really cool.
There's a lot of poop.
The next one or the second one down?
There's poop in almost every video I do. If you haven't noticed, y'all got a Discord. We do have a Discord. We'll get that. You know how to do that?
I'm pretty
sure
how
to go. You go and then you click invite and then drop a link in the chat for them. At number 3, the number 3 award, we got Mr. Glass. Now, I was gonna put Christian McCaffrey, but I already had this selection from last year, so I just wanted to keep it. So at runner up for Mr. Glass, I'm gonna have Chris Carson, who there were some rumblings that he wasn't injury prone. I'm guilty of this. I'm like, he's average injury prone. Turns out I was wrong. He actually is injury prone. So Chris Carson is runner up for Mr. Glass. And the winner of Mr. Glass is, again, the same as last year, 49ers team. George Kittle is on IR. Raheem Mostert got injured on the second time he touched the ball of the season. Jeff Wilson was on PUP. JaMychal Hasty got hurt. Javon Kinlaw is out. Trent Williams is out. Guess what? Trey Lance got injured this year. Also, Jimmy Garoppolo got injured this year. It's not as bad as last year, but it's pretty bad. And, at least the Niners had an identity, and they were really good at some things and had some hope last year, and they were a respectable team. This year, the Niners are falling apart in a lot of ways. And these injuries, everything just gets amplified. They're like, oh, and they can't stay healthy. So they're Mr. Glass. Drop the link.
Yeah, link is in the Discord, just to announce if you guys want to join. It's really a great Discord, in my opinion. It's the only one I'm actually a part of.
So you got to join, and then you go to the welcome, and then you got to accept the rules. If you don't follow the rules or you're annoying, you're going to get banned. So don't get your feelings hurt. It's just because it's a good community. It's a secret Discord. Tight knit community. So if you act a fool, if you're annoying, break rules, you will be banned instantly. So just a fair warning. But I do want you to join, and it's a great community. So go ahead and join. We just hit like 405 members, something like that. So it's pretty cool. Next up, the next award this is a good one. I like this one because I feel like we talked a lot about poop and negative things. This award is really cool. Steal of the draft. Runner up is going to be Leonard Fournette, a guy that I doubted I did win a signed Leonard Fournette picture, so I guess the price of
Any
that goes up by $20. That's great. And the winner of this is Debo Samuel. I will take some credit for this. What did I tell you guys? Hey, I like Ayuk, but his price tag is way too high. Debo Samuel,
You
way
did.
better value. I told you guys. Drafted this guy like in round 12 in Superflex in the Instagram Experts League. Round 12. So Debo Samuel, man, could you believe this guy's an elite wide receiver? It's nasty. Elite.
I can believe it just because we're Niner fans and we watch it so closely and we're
what?
like, on top of this
Kittle,
guy.
Ayuk, Mostert,
if you see this kid as a rookie, even with just running, taking guys out. I mean, he's taking out linebackers sometimes with yak yards after the catch. I mean, if he ever stayed healthy, right? We always said that. If he ever stayed healthy, he would be great. And so here we are.
But I didn't think he'd be this good, though.
I didn't think he'd be this good. No, I just thought he'd be a great player for us and not this great.
Another guy that I liked as a prospect, I don't know if you remember, I told you I liked Debo Samuel a lot before he got drafted. So I like Debo Samuel because my boy who trains wide receivers and quarterbacks told me, check out this guy. And so I was like, wow, this guy's really good. Like I really like, he's special. And he's just balling out. I mean, you can't. So I got him in round 12. You guys got him in round 9 in a normal league,
redraft,
standard
one
quarterback league. Yeah. So he's going round 9. What a steal. Round 10. Occasionally round 11 because some people are like, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, this is
he's going to help win some leagues this year. I have a feeling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, let's just.
And some people nominated Big Mike Williams for this, and I'm like, no. Mike Williams had 2 bad games. So we're talking about top-notch players here. There's a lot of players who had 0 bad games, and we're about to get to them here. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 midseason fantasy football MVP runner-up is Derrick Henry. Now, this guy should definitely win this award, but he went 3rd overall, and some idiots said 4th overall, 5th. Can you believe in those high stakes leagues, Drew? I got him 7th overall because it's tight end premium PPR.
In some funny home leagues, my son, like we were talking about, he got him number 9 overall. He turned around, got Kelsey in the 2nd round.
That's not even tight end premium.
No, I got
that. Doesn't even why though?
Dalvin. Or actually, I had number 2. So
even if it's a bunch of kids playing, why would Derrick Henry go 9?
There's a couple kids, including him, and then a bunch of older.
Well, at least your
like
kid
myself who don't know anything.
Oh, at least your kid took Derrick Henry. At least
he's looking good in this league, by the way. But yeah, Derrick Henry at number 9 or even number 5. That's incredible.
Well, he was supposed to be top 3. Like, let's not be.
He should have been.
He should have been. So that's why he's runner up. So I'm gonna put this. The real MVP though, because he was going late round 4, is none other than Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp. This guy has a high floor, has not had a bad game, and a high ceiling. It's hard to beat. He's so consistent. I mean, do you know, Drew, this guy has as many fantasy points this year in 7 weeks as he did all of last year?
That's great.
There's a tiny smidget. Yeah, just like
that's just the difference between Stafford and Goff for you, I think, because he always had it.
Oh yeah,
he always had it.
Kupp had a big year a couple years ago. Well, I think it was 2019. I think
he's got 190 fantasy points, and that's in standard PPR leagues this season. That's 40 points above the next person. Do you want to guess who number 2 would be?
I don't know.
We got Mr. Tyreek Hill, and then another guy you mentioned earlier, number 3 would be Jamar Chase. These are wide receivers. So in any case,
Cooper
pretty
Kupp
awesome.
Is just nasty. So yeah, he's the MVP, I think, because he went later in the draft and he hasn't had any bad games. Derrick Henry had 2 decent games, and the rest of the time he balled out. Cooper Kupp balled out every game pretty much. You just can't beat this. And so, yeah, those are the mid-season awards. Just really quick to sum it up. Biggest bust, Allen Robinson. Waiver wire gem so far is Cordell Patterson. Mr. Glass is the Niners football team, the old Niners team. Steal of the draft, Debo Samuel. And ladies and gentlemen, your MVP sitting here at the start of week 8, Cooper Kupp. There we go.
Now, how do you feel? Some questions? Yeah, we got a few in here. So let me go back real quick. There was one here from Ray Gamer. Trade away Montgomery, Allen, and Hunt for Henderson and Jefferson. So we're looking at a 3 for 2 here. And he also goes on to say, for the listeners, Cook and Chubb are still here. Diggs at wide receiver. 3 is Higgins. So I'm assuming he says he still has Dalvin Cook and Chubb.
Yeah. So, I like the Montgomery side, because imagine getting Hunt and Montgomery back. They'll be back soon, and you're going to like that. And Keenan Allen, he's still getting a ton of targets. So
yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on this. I mean, I definitely like Jefferson, don't get me wrong, but I'm not so big on Henderson. And I do like having those two big running backs, Hunt and Montgomery, coming back.
Yeah, I think one mistake some people make is that they really don't think that one of their running backs is going to get hurt. I think that's a little bit naive. Just assume you're going to lose a running back. I mean, we're talking to a guy right now that has lost 2 at least that we know of, in Montgomery and Hunt. So it's going to happen. 50% chance running backs get injured and miss time. It's that big of a, like, half of them are going to get hurt. So I would stay, and you're going to get a lot of quality and quantity. These guys just got to come off IR, and they're coming off IR real soon.
I wanted to go back to Fishing's first comment. It was a question, actually, when we first hopped on, but since he's such a good listener, I traded a 2022. This is a dynasty question. I traded a 2022 late first, 2022 mid-second, and Elijah Mitchell for Saquon and a mid-third. We don't know what year the mid-third is, but that's okay. What are our thoughts? I can tell you my thoughts, but I'll let you go first.
I like it. I mean, you're in win now mode. I mean, you don't have any say about it. That's just a fact. Hopefully you can win now. If you don't win now, then this is bad.
No, I think it's a great trade, actually, because, I mean, Elijah Mitchell, I like him a lot. But the thing is, you're giving up a late 2022 first and then a mid-2022 second. There's not going to be a whole lot of value there in comparison to Saquon. Plus, it's almost like you're trading back that mid-second to a third. So that's not even that big of a difference there. You're essentially giving up a first and Elijah Mitchell to get Saquon, in my opinion. So that's a huge win.
Yeah, and Elijah Mitchell's on the Jets. So, I mean, that's a small plus when you get rid of that.
Elijah Mitchell. The Niners running back. It's okay. You was thinking
no,
Elijah.
I thought it's Elijah. There's too many Elijahs. Oh yeah, I like this less. I don't know. Elijah Mitchell.
Give your feedback now that
Elijah Mitchell. Yeah, he'll probably get replaced at some point. Like, it's just how it is. But he might not. I mean, right now he is the workhorse. I think he's more valuable than Elijah Moore. I still think it's a good trade. I think it's a fair trade now. I thought it was Elijah Moore.
That's okay.
I think it's a fair trade. You got to take Saquon. Like, I love Eli Mitchell, but right now, there's a lot of concerns with him. And it's not like because he sucks at all. Not at all. It's the Niners. I mean, there's a lot of concerns with the Niners.
Yeah, maybe you got thrown off too because he used Elijah. Don't we just call him Eli Mitchell here?
Well, I call him Eli Mitchell. I saw Elijah M. I don't read. I'm done. That's it. My
giving you
brain's
some
done.
credit here. You know what I mean?
No, I call him Eli Mitchell 100% of the time. But I saw Elijah M. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not reading anymore. That's the Jets guy.
I know we don't love long questions, but James here.
We got no choice. As long as it's a good one.
He's a good listener.
And you're reading it too. You're reading it.
I'm reading them okay, actually, these days. So let's read it out loud. Projected to lose by 6. I have Henry, Henderson, Ridley, Kelsey, Darrell Williams, Tyler Bass, and 49ers defense. His opponent has Stafford, Pittman, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Chubb, Fournette, suck up and Broncos left?
This is a terrible question. I don't know why
It's a bad question, James.
Yeah, it's a bad because if I say you're gonna lose, if I say you're gonna win, it makes no difference. What is
maybe
this? It's not.
check his algorithms.
It's
Check all your
not.
algorithms
No,
on
I
every
can't.
single
It's
player.
too
That's
many.
going to take you 10 minutes.
Yeah, my calculator is
just
gonna
joking.
explode over here with live. So I say you're gonna lose. I say you're gonna win. It doesn't matter. So I know you're curious, but I think you got a really sexy team, man. I think you're gonna knock it out the park. I mean, you got all heavy hitters. Your opponent does not have all heavy hitters. Has some really good players by any means, but I mean, your team is an all-star team, so I think you'll win. Niners D could be number one defense this week too.
Warhawk says, "Where are you guys getting the questions from? We're getting them from the chat, Warhawk. If you
No. So Warhawk, this is funny. So on the stream last night,
correct me if
they did this thing called raid. Everyone was like yelling raid. Okay, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting trolled. This happened before. Apparently, that's when some other Twitch streamers ending it, and they send it all to my Twitch stream because I seem like a small Twitch channel, and so that's from Twitch. And so we're live on Twitch right now. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So this is the Twitch fam here, and so YouTube's the main thing. I just got on Twitch this year, bro. So you're from Twitch, so I know you don't see the YouTube questions, but our main thing is YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to YouTube as well as follow us on Twitch, hey, we appreciate it. Anything that you can do for free for us, and you do, we really appreciate it. But yeah, we're getting them mostly from YouTube.
Just to clarify, they can't ask questions on Twitch, I'm assuming then?
No, this guy just asked the question on Twitch. Don't you see
the
purple logo?
He just can't see the other.
The purple logo is Twitch, right?
You're right. I'm totally off.
Yeah, so he's asking the question from Twitch. Yeah.
Here we got another Twitch question in that case. This one's a little shorter, probably a little better.
Yes.
So Jefferson Jaquez says Brandon Cooks or Samaje Perine at flex this week.
I mean, you got to go with Brandon
This won't blow up the calculators.
No, it's just one. It's just one question. Yeah, I mean, and we don't need an advanced algorithm, machine learning, deep boop boop on this one. Let's go with Brandon Cooks, and let's not overthink this.
Yeah, I think you got to go for the wide receiver one, even if it's on the Texans here, over a running back who's back up to, mix in a guy who's going to be workhorse. In any case, here's a question from Sushane. He says, speaking of defenses, this is back when we were talking about defenses earlier. How do we feel about the Niners D moving forward?
So bring this link up here, Drew. I'm just going to put it in the public chat. I don't care. So bring this link up here. Just go to 49 or just Google 49ers schedule. Bring that up on the screen for us. Not the word.
Oh, I didn't mean to click on it. Actually, no, I didn't mean to actually click on it. I meant
you did.
You
did click on it. Yeah. Yes. Come on. Let's. You can't. It's hard. Oh yeah. You can't. It's hard to copy paste there. But just Google 49ers schedule. Get to the page. So we're looking at the 49ers schedule here as soon as my producer brings it up. So one league I got the 49ers D and Steelers D streaming again. Like it's not like I had them forever. I just picked up the Niners D a week ago, just picked up the Steelers D this week. And so Niners D is a top 3 elite defense this week. What are you doing?
Okay. I got something that we'll see. We'll see if this works.
You just had to paste it over the tab that we already had open. We got it. We got it. Hit later. Get that out. Yeah. All right. And then make it longer. Yeah, there we go. All right. So this week, Niners D is an elite defense, right? Week 8. And so I got the Steelers D. I think they got a good matchup week 9, 10. So I'm going Steelers D week 9 and 10. I'm going Niners D week 8 and 11. And then after week 11, I mean, I don't really trust this defense. They're going to be facing the Vikings. I don't trust that. Their offense is really good. Russell Wilson will be back by week 13. That's not good news. I'm sure, Niners just, man.
Their secondary is sorry.
It's not just, I mean, they're just,
did you see Kirkpatrick? He got in the game. He had like 2 or 3 snaps before the last play where Pittman just basically went over him and scored a touchdown. But Kirkpatrick, who's like a guy we picked off free agency, he didn't even barely hit this guy. Like just pushed him so slightly and almost like catapulted Pittman into the end zone with that little extra push. It was garbage.
We had another play like didn't a linebacker crack a dude into first down territory?
Yeah. So we had the guy stop
Honestly, I've
before
never
the first
seen
down
that.
marker.
I've
And
honestly never
Azir
seen that.
yeah, Shahir Alzir.
I'm sure it's happened and I don't remember. But when
I'm
I
sure it's
saw that
happened,
play, that what I said, the first thing I said was, I've never seen that.
Well, you
When
have to have awareness
you
in that
stop a
situation
guy
and
at
pull
least a
him.
half a yard short, and then another guy comes in and just cracks him so hard it makes him fly a yard and a half, and it clearly sends him to the first down. And I was
I
like, I don't think I've
veteran,
ever seen that.
yeah, like a veteran linebacker is probably going to see the line marker because you can see it on
You
the
pull
field.
him, you get
You
him
would
and
pull
pull
him
him.
across
Yeah.
to not get the first
That's
down.
the thing.
Not
Like
across, but behind.
I wouldn't say like, these guys are human, these guys are going fast and stuff. But I see this pull, especially at the goal line when they're like pushing their own guys, or sometimes a lineman is like just ahead in the end zone and he pulls. Like I see, like you see it all the time, just awareness. Yeah, the dude is half a yard short. It's done. Right? Don't crack him the wrong way. Cracked him into the first. It was just a mess. So
yeah, go for the ball instead.
But anyway, I love the Niners D this week against the Bears because we've seen Justin Fields throw for -2 yards per game. Like it's that
and they don't
it's
pass
sad.
protect very well. They don't pass
They
protect
don't
very
pass.
well.
Yeah,
So
they do the
hopefully we can
opposite
finally
of
get their
pass
quarterback.
protect. I think they let him have a free hall pass. They just give the defenders like, here's a free hall, like you could just go by me. I'm not gonna block you. We're gonna triple
After
team
week
this
13,
guy.
though,
We're not
do you
gonna
want to see
block
how bad it gets? So we got
no. So week 11, no. It's just week 11. After week 11, I'm probably gonna drop him. I'm starting him again.
Okay.
I'm starting him against the Bears. I'm starting him against the Jaguars week 11, and that's it. We're streaming, full on stream, baby. We're live streaming. We're streaming defenses. We're sure as heck is streaming kickers. You already know. We're streaming. And that's it.
Yeah, there's some pretty big waiver claims in there for Tyler Bass the last couple days. Sometimes you just shake your head at that, but hey, whatever.
Tyler Bass is a G. What are you talking? It's like the best kicker.
Yeah, but some of the fab being spent on Tyler Bass.
Oh, for real? Oh, I'm a $0 kicker guy. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like when you spend a good amount of fab on a kicker.
I've been killing it with kickers. So this, we're dropping Nick Folk again. You love that, right? We add Nick Folk, he balls out. We drop him, he does bad. So we're dropping him again. I'm going Evan McPherson, baby. I'm going Tyler Bass. I'm going Matt Prater. Oh, Matt Prater did bad. Oh, he wasn't really a waiver pickup. He was unavailable in every league. So I'm not gonna admit to that. Tyler Bass did not do great, huh? This game, I don't think he did at all.
Well, they're going to score a lot of points no matter what in Buffalo.
Matt Prater. I'm sorry, Matt Prater didn't do good tonight. But no, I love Tyler Bass, Evan McPherson. We're getting him for free. We're gonna play him. Would we have a question?
No, I'm trying to find one. I think we're all out of questions, guys. I think that might be it for the show.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, we got one last comment, and this is from Warhawk. He's from Twitch.
Twitch fan.
I guess they can make comments, right?
Yeah.
I'll read it. So Mr. Warhawk says, I have Stafford, Lamb, Randall Cobb, Harris, I'm assuming Najee Harris, Khalil Herbert, Kelsey, maybe Deontay Johnson, and I don't know who the kicker's first name is.
Matt Gay,
Tampa defense against Jalen Hurts, Metcalf, Corey Davis, Edmonds, Hubbard, Ertz, Mitchell, Carlson, Carolina. Do you think I will win? Yeah, I just pulled this up without reading it. That was probably a bad idea. Do you want to give him the same spiel?
Nah, he's just. I think you're gonna lose. I'll just say that because that ain't. I mean, dude, when you ask me, when you say Johnson, that's a on the couch run we call that an F-, or some say F _. I mean, you're already down to a D+ with the Harris because that
maybe it's
or not.
David Johnson.
This guy said John. This is the. I never want to seem like I'm ungrateful, but I've always wanted to send this tweet. It'd be like the biggest thing that's bad about being fantasy analyst is what people say. Do I start Johnson or Williams? And I'm like, stop.
That's a meme for sure.
Okay. I also have Jones on the bench. Do I start him? I'm like, dog, I don't know who you're talking about. Daniel Jones, Ronald Jones. I don't know.
Ask us a question about who we should start out of your lineup more.
Yeah,
That's a better question.
Why not ask me a question where we can? It's entertaining, right? Because we're talking about a player, like it's valuable, and we're debating on who to start or sit, right? Who cares who I think's gonna win, right? That's what's like when people did like. I don't like grading a ton of teams, but that makes sense. Like people want to know how did I do on the draft.
Yeah.
But we're literally playing. Like you're going to play in a couple. Like week 8's already started. Like you're gonna find out who wins. Honestly, my opinion means nothing. Like what do I think? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, unless you're making
really
like an extra wager on this and you're betting the guy like an extra $20.
Oh yeah, it's silent.
Beat the guy. Hey,
yeah,
do you think I'm gonna win? Because I'm actually putting money on.
Yeah,
this.
It's the only time.
That's probably the only reason.
Yeah. All right, I got my. Should I put my mortgage on the line or just a small wager?
Or just my pink slip? Just wondering. Here, he does have a question. He says, "I have Hollywood Brown on the bench."
That's another non-question.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's another.
I got to start reading these before I put them up.
Yeah, that's your job.
Shane says, I benched Rodgers in favor of Cousins and Wentz in Superflex. This is actually against me in the Empire League. Did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake?
I would have I would have probably started Rodgers over Wentz. Wrong move. Definitely was the wrong move. I think
for Rodgers.
I think you made the right move. I think this was a good move. I think Wentz is going to outperform Rodgers. And, Kirk Cousins, I had ranked one spot ahead of Rodgers so easily. Kirk Cousins. You made the right choice. I mean, this man's literally his wide receiver 1, out. Wide receiver 2, out. Wide receiver 3, out. Yeah, I've never heard
wide
of
receiver
this
1
guy.
with Winfrey. I know.
He's I never heard of this. But Cobb with the clutch catches. Wow.
Yeah, Cobb was looking like the red zone threat with only 3 catches and 15 yards, 16 points fantasy wise.
Oh, we got a good question. Oh, this is from our friend Mitchell. I keep forgetting this is Mitchell.
He doesn't usually listen live, by the way. He usually listens to the recording. So this
is a good question though. Mitchell says, who has a better chance at redemption, Allen Robinson or Brandon Ayuk? I think I have the perfect answer. The answer is Brandon Ayuk. He's still young, like extremely young. He's only, how many games has he played? Like 15 his whole life? 15 NFL games. He hasn't even played like a full 16 games yet. So it's Brandon Ayuk, but the trade deadline's not over, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 4 days or something for this trade deadline.
He's played 18 games in his career.
Okay, 18 games. So let's say a full season, basically, essentially. Allen Robinson, if he gets traded, you never know. I don't think he will. There's always a chance. Brandon Ayuk, I think he's got, especially in Dynasty, like he's got a lot of room, man. He could get better. So I haven't lost complete faith in Brandon Ayuk, who I believe is only 23 years old. Like Drew said, only played 18 games.
He is 23, by the way.
Yeah, and there's a lot, Allen Rob. Like has anyone seen Justin Fields this year? It's sad. It's depressing. It's horrible.
Yeah, he's been on his back a lot.
It's like having diarrhea on a train wreck. And so back to the poop again. But it's that bad. It's like, oh man, I couldn't have picked the worst day to have diarrhea. It's a train wreck.
Yeah, so I'm playing Shane in that other league. So the one that he just asked a question about. I have Justin Fields in the starting lineup right now, but I'm contemplating benching him I have other high upside guys. Like I could put Kadarius Toney in if he's healthy.
That's another. It's a Monday night questionable, so
I might have to roll with somebody else instead of Fields.
You can't. You can't do Toney.
Lamar on bye. I got Lamar on bye. I got Danny Dimes. So those are my 2 quarterbacks this week: is Justin Fields and Danny Dimes starters.
Yeah, you're starting Danny.
But I got other options I can put out there for some.
Depends who it is. I would so last week I squeezed out a win in the IG Experts League Superflex. And there was 2 ways I could have lost. I won by 2 points. If I started Julio Jones, I would have lost. If my opponent did not start Davis Mills, he would have won. Because he could have started literally anyone other than Davis Mills at Superflex and would have won.
Oh
He had
no,
like
he started David
Gaskin,
Mills.
Davis Mills. I got him let like two or three fantasy points.
Wow.
And I won. But if I started Julio, it was tempting to start Julio. Oh, I asked the captains, I asked Twitter. Like, usually I'm the one getting the questions asked. And I was like, should I start? I was like, man, you know what? Like, I'm gonna bench. Like, we've been like, this isn't the first time Julio's like, I'm good. And he's got a hamstring. This isn't
Yeah, like the
our
first quarter,
first.
and he's
Yeah, it's not our first hamstring Julio rodeo. And I was like, all right, I'm going to bench him for Devontae Smith. Thankfully, Devontae Smith got 11 points. Julio got 6 and squeezed out a win. So these type of decisions will likely be the difference between a W and a L for you. And let's say Justin Fields is going to get 10 points. So you got to figure out, is there another guy that's going to get me more than 10? I haven't seen this guy throw a lot of touchdowns. Justin Fields not scoring a lot of touchdowns. Touchdowns is everything.
No. So here's a question from Suchet. We'll end it here since it's on that same thread. He's going to the Niners-Bears game this Sunday in Chicago. Any chance he sees Lance in action?
Oh yeah. Big chance. There's several
percentage
ways. Well,
okay, I want to hear these. I want to hear your thoughts.
He said action, so
right. It could be any way. If like
he's gonna definitely get a couple plays for sure.
There.
But there's also two other ways like he takes over. One, Jimmy Garoppolo plays way worse than he's even been playing. I mean, kind of unlikely, but it definitely could be. I mean, he's already playing bad, but so if he plays much worse than he's been playing, they're gonna have to bench him because it's like you really can't play that much worse than he is now. It's looking so bad. It's terrible. It's demoralizing.
Isn't Kyle gonna be on the hot seat soon if he doesn't start winning some games? I mean, he's probably got to play like the player that's going to get him the win that he thinks in his mind.
I think this hot seat thing is nonsense until the year's over. After the year's over, then we'll see, because this hot seat thing doesn't really matter, and it's not a thing right now. I mean, Matt Nagy's still coaching, right? So Kyle Shanahan's not going to freaking get fired week 11, okay? Like, it's just stupid. So there's really no need to talk about it.
But you still want to win games this part of the season.
Of course. I mean, there's a lot of, it's okay to criticize the coach, but the hot seat. Like, there's no seat. Like, we're just trying to win games here. We're just trying to perform. We're trying not to embarrass ourselves. Yeah. So just trying to coach, trying to win games. Like, right now, there's no hot seat. But
Khalil Mack's out on Sunday, by the way. So Khalil Mack
Akeem Hicks, I'm just assuming is out. I have no idea. That's big. I mean, that's big for Eli Mitchell. That's their
big
best
players to have out off their line. Yeah, it says he's been limited at practice, so Akeem Hicks is a questionable.
So we'll see. Khalil Mack's a big player. Akeem Hicks is a huge anchor to that whole team. So we'll see. But so Jimmy Garoppolo plays significantly worse than he has been, which is tough, but it's realistic. Or Jimmy G gets hurt, which I mean we've seen that before, and we've seen that every year actually. So both ways, then Lance takes over, and I think Lance is going to have a package of 2-3 plays in there as is. And I seen footage of Trey Lance practicing today. Looks fine. I think it's a knee injury, and he was moving. He was doing the shifts and the movement like it was on turbo. So he looked just fine.
It is a knee injury, by the way.
Yeah, he was bouncing around and moving, like doing pocket movement, back and forth, side to side, like extremely quick and nifty. So the footage I've seen, which is just the 3-second clip, 5-second clip, looked great. Kyle Shanahan had his back to him, by the way, so I don't know what's up with that. But
Mitchell adds that with all the injuries, Coach Kyle gets a pass this year, but not next year.
Unfortunately, these things factor in a little bit. These are just humans making decisions, right? Just like you might drop a player that gets hurt, right? Hastily, right? Not Jermichael Hasty. I mean, like hastily drop a player.
No, I got
that gets hurt. It happens all the time. I know when I drop players, everyone's looking, and it's like, oh man, does he know something, or is he just an idiot? Like, I drop crazy players sometimes. I'll admit it. Like, it's like, oh man, this guy just dropped like a good player, and it's like,
I picked up Cole Beasley off the waiver wire from you earlier in the season. I thought that was
I
a
dropped
good
him.
example of what you're saying.
Yeah, and that was a good drop. But now that Dawson Knox is out, I think Cole Beasley's, he could be a startable player right now. I think Dawson Knox was what was hurting his value. Dawson Knox broken hand. I love Cole Beasley against the Dolphins. Still not a great, it's not one you have a lot of confidence in, but I think he'll have a good matchup. He's always in the slot, and so if they're paying attention to Diggs and whatnot, Cole Beasley should get some really good matchups there. Against the Dolphins. So yeah, Cole Beasley's good. But yeah, at the time it was a good I kept Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. I noticed that when you
So
did that.
it is what you got to make these decisions. I'm just saying, people make decisions, and so do these NFL teams. And Kyle Shanahan is safe this year, but after that, you never know. I mean, I wouldn't get rid of Kyle Shanahan. Good coaches like that don't just grow on trees. It's tough. I wish Robert Saleh should have stayed. That's another conversation I had on a live stream a long time ago, was shouldn't these defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, if they got a good situation, they should stay. Robert Saleh should have stayed. And this is just my opinion. I want the guy to do what he wants, but I'm just saying that I feel like a much higher percentage of coordinators and assistant coaches jump at the opportunity to be a head coach. And I get that if that's your dream. I got dreams, I'm accomplishing them or trying to, on my way to. But Greg Roman, I think he's staying. He wants to be the OC for the Ravens. That's the one example, the only example. Some people are great defensive coordinator. I'm not saying Robert Saleh sucks as a head coach, but bro, come back to the Niners. You're way more happy here.
There are examples of guys that don't work out as head coaches. They go back to being a position coach or a defensive coordinator.
Dan Quinn right now.
There's a lot of guys like Jack Del Rio did it. I think.
What about Dan Quinn? Yeah, is he the coach of the? No, is it Cardinals? I don't know. I just seen Dan Quinn. Yeah, decent coordinator. Oh, he was the Legion of Boom guy, huh? So it's man, there's a lot, and
he's now the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, great. Look at, he's doing fine on the Cowboys. Yeah, but as a coach, joke on the Falcons. That was horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think too. Some of these guys jump at the wrong opportunities. To go to the Jets from the Niners. Not saying the Niners are that much better this year, but come on, you could have waited for a better opportunity to open up. Kind of like Dabble, I think, is doing in Buffalo.
You don't go often. You don't, because it's kind of similar to being the first overall draft pick, right? You're probably going to you're going to a team that probably just fired their coach. No, great team just fires their head coach. It just doesn't happen. Bruce Arians.
But if you go to a bad franchise, that's the difference. I think, is just going to the bad franchise, the Jets. I mean,
well,
it's just like the Washington Reds football team. It's do you want to be that coach of them right now, or the Detroit Lions? I mean, do you?
Washington football team's on another level. They're not even in this league. I mean, they don't have a logo. They don't have
scroll
a team.
Back up.
Yeah,
they got a logo. Okay, don't make me scroll back up. I'm just joking. We can end it here though if you want. I think we have no more comments necessary or questions.
Yeah, that's it. Well, this is the best place to end it, because this is drug on forever. Thank you guys for tuning in. Saturday we'll do Hack the Brain. Saturday we'll do Beat the Brain. We'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys. We'll end it there. Let's go get that W this week, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.